It's very convenient that our minds focus more during dire situations. As you dive to the side, time essentially slows down. It's like the guns you dual wield understand this as well, as you rapidly pump lead into several different enemies all at once as you make a leap of faith between multi-story buildings and eventually into a window. These assholes are dropping like flies while the blood continues to soar through the air. Who the hell even knows why you're doing this other than, well, you can. Right alongside House of the Dead, Overkill, and Mad World, these C-grade movie homages are at an all-time high now, and Wet is no different. All of the great staples are here, such as annihilating enemies that look like they fell out of Mad Max and fighting chain gun enemies inside of a cage. Wet even expands upon that a little bit because, well, it's not restricted by a shoestring budget and some kids attempting to do film while their cameraman slash director slash lead supporting actor gets pushed along in a shopping cart in order to make the tricky camera angles. The game even goes a bit Matrix and has you jumping between tops of cars and skydiving and several other badass action sequences. The game really feels cool in spurts, and you do feel badass at times as you wipe the floor with enemies transitioning between blowing people apart with your shotgun to unsheathing your sword to slice everything apart that happens to be in close proximity. But then, I could never fully get into this game. So what the hell is this game's problem? It's really kind of hard to tell. On one hand, it does feel a little monotonous in how straightforward it is, but then on the other, there is some variety. There's novelty stages like the aforementioned car jumping, there's stages where you blow apart baddies in warehouses, there's platforming oriented stages, and some of the locations do look pretty damn cool. It's a lot of little things that sort of pull this game down. There happens to be quite a few big gun battles that go down in warehouses, and while they're evenly spaced apart throughout the game, they still all play about the same and require the exact same tactics. Things like car jumping look awesome and spice things up, but then at the same time it still feels a little too scripted with all of the quick time events. Then there's the platforming, in which the controls just don't hold up quite well enough to make it that fun when there's so many instant deaths. Nothing in this game is ever fully bad, but then there's this small sense of aggravation that I could never shake. The aesthetics are captured perfectly, which was cool, although the story was pure crap, which is disappointing when you keep in mind all of the numerous cutscenes the developers fully animated. All in all, this makes for a good rental, as after a single playthrough, I can't see many people wanting to revisit this time and time again. This is the kind of game you want to be cooler than it actually is, as it only seems to realize about half of its potential. Wet on the Xbox 360 receives a 6 out of 10.